Over the past week, Ash, Ryan, Kristen and I have been travelling around East Gippsland as part of the Creative SUMMIT. We had some really rich conversations with many artists along the way. At the same time, we're very aware that we didn't get to meet everyone. If we missed you, we're sorry. What we found out was that East Gippsland is regarded as a friendly, welcoming and inclusive community. This is a region full of diverse art practices. And while each place we visited shared a love of the arts, every community also had its own unique focus and way of doing things. There is a unique number of creative activities that may not even be recognised as art practice. Acknowledging this could be helpful in broadcasting our definition of what creative practice can be and how this could provide meaning and links to the broader community. In the high country, artists talk about how important galleries and making spaces are, not just for showing work, but for helping people feel they can call themselves creative. These spaces open doors for many people into an inclusive community. In Orbost, people spoke about the potential of using empty shops and buildings as creative spaces, bringing new life into the town, and building on the connections forming at places like the Rainforest Centre with the Wilderness Coast artists and the Orbost Exhibition Centre. Can River Arts has already taken a step in this direction with their pop-up gallery in the old St John's Church. But creativity here isn't just about galleries or exhibitions. In Orbost, there was a strong vision of becoming an arts tourism destination, where art and nature are deeply connected to the region's identity. Developing environmental research into migratory birds, old-growth forests and estuaries, with ecotourism and weaving that together with the arts. In the high country, in Swifts Creek and Omeo, they spoke about the harvest exchange as a creative community practice. Gardens come into season at different times, and people share what they grow with each other. Food as a form of creativity, growing it, cooking it, and sharing it. The table being a place where people share their making. In Lakes Entrance, Float has really helped raise the profile of creative work in the town and provide space for artists to connect and make and exhibit. Here there is also a desire to take creative work beyond traditional spaces and into nature. The Flaneur is a project that takes tourists on a walking, cycling or canoe journey from the slipway to Sailor's Grave at Marlow and Conran, following a trail of local artists' studios and, of course, good food. The cold water swimming group in Lakes Entrance started as a way for people to connect and has grown into something creative that brings together people of all ages. Bensdale Creatives spoke of being known for the East Gippsland Art Gallery, Production Line Theatre, The Foundry and Laneway 3875, covers bands and the First Nations space of Keeping Place. This community spoke of the importance of finding ways to engaging meaningfully with young people and creating learning pathways for creativity in both small, artist-led and accredited local programs. Thank you to everyone who came along to the gathering in Mallacoota and contributed such valuable conversation. We know there were many artists who didn't attend, and we are sorry to have missed you. The Mallacoota Art Space shows a vibrant and highly skilled creative community. At the gathering, we had 4 artists attend. Council creative workers have acknowledged that they need to explore new ways of working with the artists in this community and are open to conversations with organisations and individuals of what would be useful. There was some discussion in this group that key people had reached capacity and had limited time available to work with workers' community builders. Volunteer exhaustion was named as the primary threat to the continuation of creative community spaces across the region. The arts creative side never dulls, but the administration required to sustain organisations becomes the bottleneck. In conversations across the region, people spoke about the importance of not just the finished work being visible, but also the creative process behind it. There was a feeling that sharing how work is made could help build a deeper understanding of its meaning within the community and possibly heal divisions and create understanding. Many artists in each community felt they were working in isolation. They called it silos. The feeling of isolation is not only spoken about in kilometres, but also through work being buried or hidden. There is a desire to build cohesion and connection across the communities as a natural way of building and strengthening the creative community and forming friendships. Artists spoke with gratitude to the many organisations and venues providing support for their work and providing moments to connect with the broader community. These were pubs, Sailor's Grave at Junetown, the pop-up Tiki Bar in Orbost. This in-kind support is invaluable for connecting community and music. The creative community has a deep appreciation and respect for the East Gippsland creative arts workers, Ash and Ryan. They recognise they are two workers who are covering a large region with limited funding. The arts community is asking to be genuine partners with council and industry in East Gippsland and would like the workers to advocate on their behalf and prove value to council. The community sees Ash and Ryan's role as connecting artists across communities and the region to assist and facilitate connection for artists between people, spaces, equipment and resources. Every community visited requested access to a database of artist profiles to allow collaboration and reduce working in isolation. Ryan has begun to explore the most efficient way of doing this. Another role related to isolation and visibility of artists is to provide access to social media platforms that promote artists' work widely. There is a request that simple and understandable language be used in council documents. Grant applications were described as inaccessible for volunteer community groups who lack the language skills, administration capacity and time to complete complex processes. A review of the grant process was requested. Finally, artists have a deep love of the Gippsland area. They are here to stay and want to be part of the journey to rebuild towns that are experiencing significant change. Artists are curious about finding ways for different groups to understand and benefit one another, leading to less isolation and more community cohesion. They have many dreams for the future.